Hey everyone, welcome back to Open. Our last guests are the co-band leaders of the all-female salsa band Lulada Club, a curation of vibrant New York-based musicians, each brilliant and accomplished in their own right. And well, these ladies bring vintage tropical salsa, boogaloo, bolero, and cha-cha-cha, mixing the classics and the deep cuts from across Latin America and the diaspora while bringing excitement and charm to the stage with their vibrant music and contagious energy. Everyone, please welcome Lulada Club vocalist, saxophonist, and co-band leaders Andrea Chavarro and Catherine Ocampo. Hello, welcome.
Hello, ¿cómo
Hi, how's it
estamos?
going?
We are great. Oh my gosh, thank you for being here. You guys have made quite the wave in a matter of a year's time. Congratulations. Ouch, ouch.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much.
And I'm saying ouch in an endearing manner, right? Because I'm saying like first of all, there's just two of you here today. Let's introduce the entire band so that we can have a conversation about how you all even came together.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm Andrea. This is
I'm Catherine.
and yes, we have gathered this beautiful collective of women and musicians in New York City. So I'll start telling you a little bit about who plays what in the band. I'm the vocalist. Kat is the saxophonist, and then we have Julia Chen playing keys. We have Amanda Rusa on a bass. We have Don Drake on congas, Paulo Winter playing timbal, Daniela Serna playing bongo, and then in the wind section we have Gina Benalcazar playing trombone, and Dominique Gagne playing flute. And we also have our beautiful dancer who also sometimes instructs classes prior to our events, Camila Aklaf, who is representing Salsa Caleña, which we'll talk a little bit more about in just a moment. But yes, within this collective of women, a lot of us or some of us are in other bands, and we kind of have like this even larger collective of other female bands that we are a part of and that continue to expand and offshoots of different projects. Daniela Serna leads La Manga, which is Afro-Colombian percussive and vocal rhythms from the Caribbean coast in Colombia. Don Drake has had Zapote, which has been around for a long time, and she's been doing great work with that band, and has been working with the concept of wanting to curate all women lineups for a while. Danny is also in La Dama. We also, with Julia, our pianist, we have a trio and we're playing jazz. So we're like, wherever we can, we're gonna make it all women all the time.
Why is that? I mean, I love it, but just why? Why is that so important to all of you?
It's necessary because it's not the norm, and that's crazy. Not only because it's the year 2023, but also because we're in New York City. Like, that should be, it's not that it has to be all women on stage all the time, but it should be more of the norm where you see a more equal distribution of identity and gender expression on stage all the time. But you don't see that diversity very often at all. You might see like one non-male band member,
Right.
or often it's just all male bands all the time, and nobody really kind of like flinches at that.
Yeah, the norm is all male bands,
Right.
and nobody flinches at that. No one walks into a show and says, "Wow, look at this elusive all male band." They just think, "Oh, it's a normal band."
Yeah, I don't think people
So
think about it very
we
much.
want to make all female bands more, also, the norm and more normal, instead of it being just like a catch, or like, oh,
Right.
the one all female band.
Right.
No, we want more all female bands, just like there are all male bands.
Right.
So
I know, and I get it. I get it. And it makes total sense with regards to normalizing it so that you don't have to mention, oh, it's an all female band. And so it's a band, right? Especially when it comes to certain instruments, right? Like, let's say the instrument you play, for example, right? The saxophone. It's primarily
yeah,
recognized being played by a male, person, right?
yeah,
And
Yeah,
so,
usually, even when you're in band, people are like, "Oh, shouldn't you play the flute? Shouldn't you play the clarinet?" You know, it's very, rare to see even, female congueras or female bongo players or timbaleras, like percussion things, trombone. It's women are very discouraged from playing things that don't fit into what has commonly been known for their gender roles.
well,
So we're trying our best to let people see.
well,
um
que sí ni sí? You mean experience? Because I haven't even experienced you live. And through all the research I did, I was like, oh my gosh, why has it taken us so long to even get here?
right,
Right?
yeah, right,
Yes,
yeah.
because there is a different energy and there is a different flavor and there's I don't know, there's an elegance that comes with it. I mean, that's just my
Thank you.
opinion. Yeah, 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 yeah. So,
I mean, it's
the other
yeah.
thing I wanted to mention is that I noticed that you guys partnered up a lot with the Salsa project, and that seems to be a nice collab that has also helped both parties. So let's talk a little bit about that and what that looks like. What it has looked like for you.
Yeah, so actually, our first collaboration was recently, and it was such a big success. It was a beautiful evening at the Clemente Center, which is a cultural center, a center that expands upon Puerto Rican identity, which I feel like the Lower East Side has been so embracing of our band since we
Yeah.
got started. The Losaida Center also embraces like all of just the culture there has really been like here for us, which we really appreciate. So it was beautiful to celebrate our 1 year anniversary there. So it was like Women's History Month, 1 year Lulada anniversary, and yeah, this collaboration between the Salsa Project and Lulada Club. We named it Women in Salsa. We honored, Celia, La Lupe. We had a beautiful young dancer come and perform, and it was just like salsa through the generations. It was really beautiful.
It looked like it was beautiful, and I'm sorry I missed it. I'm sorry you guys missed it, but I'm sure that's just the first of many. And then,
Yes.
I gotta say though, I gotta say, like in all the research that I was doing, I was like, wow, within a year's time they performed in symphony space. Like, oh my gosh, like, how is that
Yeah.
even possible? Like this, but really, what I'm saying, really, what I'm alluding to is how needed it is really what I'm really trying to share with our viewers because I mean, you just formed this collective, and within a year's time, you performed in Symphony Space. And in your anniversary, you did this big Women's History Month anniversary celebration that was very well attended. And so, where do you see yourselves going from here?
Yeah, I think the public has responded so well to this band, and because of what you just said, I think it's something that's really needed, and it's something that other women, whether or not they are musically inclined or have been musically inclined or want or like dream of it, I think just a representation of what it symbolizes is extremely inspiring to them, and they all like we always get a ton of comments, like people, women and people come out of their way to tell us, like, this is so inspiring, it's so incredible to like see you like actually do the thing. And anyways, I think people want to hear original music from us, so we are
Yeah.
fundraising for that. We are applying for grants for that, and we are trying to get this music out. We have been playing like two of our songs out, and
Two of our original songs.
two of our original songs
Yeah,
like
I
out on
think
gigs and stuff. And
I
yeah,
think we worked really hard this past year. We worked a lot rehearsing, studying, contacting different people, to get lessons and really dive into the music. We've worked a lot in reaching out to the community too. The community that is the salsa community that grew up with that with that music. People like us, and I think that's been really important, and I think that shows. I think when you make something that's kind of like a home cooked meal. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're not so much worried about um I mean, everybody loves marketing, you got to do it, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but I think our number one thing is providing for the community. Like at the women's show in the Clemente, Mike from Quechevere, he has delicious Puerto Rican food restaurant. He was so gracious as to provide the food, and that was great because it really felt performance felt like something like a labor of love, that we put everybody together, and we're like, here, have some food, like just like when
Yeah.
you go to
Your
your
family
tia's house.
reunions,
She's
right?
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, she's like, sit down, you're gonna eat, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that's what happens. Sit down, you're gonna eat, and you're gonna dance, and you're gonna have a great time. And all these things we and the grants and the research that we do, it all is towards, bringing more culture, this shared Latino culture that we have, um, being immigrants in New York City,
Right.
and sharing that, and making space for that in our communities. And I think, we're that's kind of where we're traveling to.
Yeah.
That's We want more of that. Obviously, we want to put out original music. We want people to be able to have access to that on online. And our biggest goal is for people to have more access to live music, culture, community, and to be able to see, and for women, and to be able to see themselves represented in even more spaces,
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
festivals, more smaller shows or bigger shows.
And making it accessible, to an intergenerational crowd, because
Yeah.
that's what you guys bring to the table, right? This innovative flavor that is got its own like sabor, but that is kind of intriguing. Going, oh, wait a minute, but yet you're playing classics. So I really dig that. So we got to wrap up, and I'm sad that we do, but I want to know when the next Lulada Club reunion, Sancocho, gathering is happening. Hello, I need to be invited.
We will gladly personally invite you, and to all of our viewers. We have many dates that are like cooking, and I cannot say anything just yet. So what I will say is, please visit our Instagram at Lulada Club. That's Lulada, Lulada Club.
Thank you both, Andrea Chavarro and Catherine Ocampo. They're both co-band leaders of Lulada Club. Well, don't go anywhere because they're gonna be perform for us after the break, and you don't want to miss.